Alright, let's talk about Battlefield 6, or whatever Battlefield 2042 evolved into after years of updates, fixes, and community backlash. Because if you've been on YouTube lately, you've probably seen two completely different takes. Battlefield is backfire. This game is still a mess. So what's actually true? Let's break down what players love now versus what still seriously divides the community. Direct hit what people love now. 1. The comeback story. This is probably the biggest one. After one of the roughest launches in FPS history, the game has improved massively. Updates, reworks, and seasonal content slowly turned things around. A lot of players now say, this is what the game should have been at launch. It's not just playable anymore. It can actually be fun. Collision 2. Large-scale chaos is still unmatched. This is where Battlefield still shines. 64 to 128 player battles. Tanks, jets, helicopters everywhere. Buildings collapsing mid-fight. That classic Battlefield only in this game chaos? It's still there. And when it works, it's incredible. Pistol 3. Gunplay feels way better now. At launch, shooting felt off. Now, weapons feel tighter. Hit detection improved. Movement is smoother. It's not perfect, but it's a huge step up. World Map 4. Maps got reworked a lot. One of the biggest fixes. Originally, maps felt empty and poorly designed. Now many have. More cover, better flow, stronger objectives. They actually feel like proper Battlefield maps again. Helicopter 5. Vehicles are still a highlight. If you love vehicles, this is still your game. Flying jets mid-chaos. Dropping into battle with helicopters. Tank fights across massive maps. Few shooters even come close to this scale. Warning what still divides players. Now here's where things get interesting. Even after all the updates, some issues never fully went away. Robot Phase 1. It doesn't feel like classic Battlefield. This is the biggest complaint today. The introduction of specialists instead of traditional classes changed the core identity. Compared to older titles like Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 1, many players feel team roles are less clear. Squad play is weaker. Identity feels diluted. Even with partial fixes, this still splits the community hard. Brain 2. Team play isn't as strong as it used to be. Battlefield used to be about medics reviving, engineers repairing, coordinated squads. Now, it can happen, but often doesn't. A lot of matches feel more like chaotic solo play than teamwork. Puzzle Piece 3. Content feels limited for some players, even after updates. Fewer maps than expected. Limited weapons compared to past titles. Slow content rollout. Players expected more, especially from a live service game. Bug 4. Bugs still exist, just smaller now. Nothing like launch, but still noticeable. Occasional glitches. UI issues. Random weird moments. Now it's more annoying than game-breaking. Performing Arts 5. Identity crisis. This is the deeper issue. The game sits somewhere between old-school Battlefield, modern hero shooter design, and for some players, it never fully commits to either. Balance scale the real difference. Then versus now. At launch, broken systems, missing features, massive backlash. Now, playable, sometimes great, but still controversial. Brain final thought. So is Battlefield back? Kind of. If you jump in today, you'll probably have fun, especially in those big chaotic moments Battlefield is known for. But if you're expecting the magic of older titles like Battlefield 3, you might still feel like something's missing. Clapperboard outro. That's the reality of Battlefield right now. Not a disaster anymore. Not a masterpiece either. Just a game that almost found its way back.